Welcome back to Convos is Hot. This is not your everyday podcast. This is for the creators, the high heads, the everybody that's not anybody, but they still somebody. So today we got our beautiful guest, who is one of my closest friends, Honey Colombo.
Hello.
Now, I ain't gonna say what I call her, but y'all call her Honey. So she does a lot of things, but let's start off by what does Honey Colombo do? Who are you?
Oh God, that question. I'm in IT. I have a business called JB Core Fitness. Follow us on Instagram at JB Core Fit. And our website is www.jbcfitness.com. I'm a mom. I'm a best friend.
All right, now that we got that shit out the way, y'all know her, formal her, how she introduced herself. First thing I'm gonna say, she's an ITG. The thing, low key, IT got some baddies coming up. Cause it's like, I'm a big, I tell everybody that people always think strippers are like the freaks, when in actuality, it be the nurses. Nurses are the biggest freaks, but now
I agree.
I've like, cause it's, even you gotta consider, and so I have a lot of stripper friends and sex worker friends. I have female wise, I have a wide range of friends. Mm-hmm. And it's like from especially with what I do my clientele, because y'all know who I am, y'all know what I do. I have like female friends, female clients who are like lawyers and like corporate, very office. Then I have friends who are literally escorts, and it's like they selling that motherfucker.
How is that?
How is what?
The escort friends, like.
That's the thing. It's like it's no different. It's just different kind of conversations. It's like if you just sat and talked to both like a lawyer and a escort, like outside of like work, like just put them in the same casual outfit, put them at the bar, talk to them, you really can't tell the difference. They both are women.
That's true.
It's like, so they both have the same desires, just different levels.
I agree.
It's when you start talking about that field and that lane or what they do, that's when you're like, oh, okay.
Oh, okay.
It's right. Different. But it's interesting because it's like, I don't have to, because of what I do and who I am, it's like I can be myself around anybody. Mm-hmm. And it's like, and it's usually, I look at it like, I was taught a long time ago, not a long time ago because I'm still young, early 30s. But every woman is going to help you spend your money. Get your woman that's going to help you earn and get your money, increase it, or get it back. Probably said that wrong, I'll jump with that, but you know what I mean. Because it's like that's, you know what I'm saying? That's not saying every female has a gold digger about a lot, but it's like, if we together and we married, I'm still a very old school type guy. It's like the man should be the provider. It's I agree. And even in some situations now, as time progresses and women are stepping to their proper place beside us instead of behind us, it's like there's a lot of women that's making more than men. And it's like, me personally, even if you make more than me, no, I'm going to hold my weight because you ain't going to be walking around the house talking to me like a little ass boy.
Oh, Lord. And that whole topic in itself, I mean, I feel like when you have a successful woman, right, and she's an alpha female, because that's the difference, right? Like, you as a man, you have to uphold yourself to that in order for her to not even speak to you that way. Yeah. You see what I'm saying? You have to uphold yourself to that standard. It's a specific standard that I think a lot of us in our generation don't really understand because it is a newer thing. You know what I mean? So I think it takes some adjustments with that, right? Yeah.
It definitely takes some adjustments because it's like a lot of society is still based on old school, old principles that no longer apply. Right. Because there was once upon a time, we ain't gonna go deep into the race aspect of it because we all know what the fuck America is and what they did and what they don't do. That's not this moment. But there was a time in recent history where women couldn't get property, as they were married, they couldn't get property or couldn't get certain things without their husband. So it's like, there's still a lot of people that's around that remember that time vividly. And they want that shit back. Then they raising people off of it.
Yeah, but I just feel like with this generation, it's, how should I say, I feel like we try to mix old school ways with new school. You know what I mean? So
Yeah.
it's very challenging to do that. So it's like when people say, "Oh, the woman should cook, she should clean, she should take care of the kids, do all of these things," but yet we still have to work. Yet we still have to cater to our men. You know what I mean? That's a very hard thing to do. I mean, being a mother, period, is hard, but also working is hard as hell too.
Yeah.
So I feel like that's where the problem comes in, is that we don't know how to balance the two because we're trying to literally mix two things that don't coexist.
Yeah, I'm 100% agreement with you. It's like, it's kind of like you can't have your cake and eat it too.
Right.
You can't expect your woman to take care of the house, raise the kids, have dinner on the table, then expect her to have a 9 to 5 too.
So how do you feel about 50-50?
50-50 on what aspect?
50-50 in a household. Like if both people are working.
But then when I say how, it should be 50-50 in the relationship as a whole. Mm-hmm. As far as like, I'm giving just as much as I'm receiving. Mm-hmm. If I'm giving you more than I'm receiving, that's not 50-50. So I said that to say 50-50 finances, everything should be discussed. Because like me personally, I feel like if you have a woman move in with you, then ask her for half the rent, that's kind of backwards to me personally. Because it's like you still want her to have a wet pussy, still want her you still want her some sloppy toppy, but it's like, but you ask for a roommate.
Right.
Now, like I say, but if you come in and I'm paying all the bills, or like you come in and I pay the rent and you pay the utilities, whatever, that's a split, because it's like, I also don't want to take away your independence. I don't want you to sit here and feeling like in my house, not in my house. See, there we go. I got to work on that. I don't want you sitting in our house feeling like you're not valuable to this, because that will fuck with a woman's psyche. So like, if it makes you feel better you like the internet, you pay the Wi-Fi, whatever the case may be, and that makes you feel better. Or it's like, if I'm paying all of that, I damn sure better have, this house better be clean. I better have a meal on the table. Like I said, I ain't gonna say give me some when I'm ready, but it's like, I bet not have no dry dick for too long. But it's like I said, I said that I'm not making it like that, because some days you may not feel like it. But it's like, if it's too many if you having too many some days, like, we need to have a talk.
But that's what I'm saying. That's the part. But that's the part that I'm talking about, right? So, like you said, both of you are working, and and you're saying, well, I'm gonna pay all of the bills, right?
Yeah.
I'm gonna pay all the bills, whatever, and the house better be clean. I better be able to suck your dick or whatever I want to, all this other stuff. Like, that's the part that I'm talking about. If both people are working, it's very challenging for a woman to do that.
For your question,
because then that's not 50-50.
My statement was, if my 50-50 was the 150 is the financial, and the other 50 is the household. If you taking care of the household, that's your 50, and I'm taking care of the financial, that's my 50. That means, when I'm saying you take care of the household, you don't have to work.
Oh, okay. Then that's a completely different thing. Yeah.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah. So like, if she doesn't have to actually work, okay, and then she should be able to do that, right? She should be able to take care of the house and all that.
That's my argument.
Yeah, no, I get that.
But to answer your question, if we're both working, everything should be 50-50. I shouldn't.
Right.
If we should both, even if one part doesn't know how to cook, or something, I know how to cook, and it's like
he does. He definitely does.
So it should alternate, like and especially with me, I can really only speak on my personal situation, because it's like, every different shit work for different people.
Right.
It's like, that's half the problem why a lot of relationships don't work, because people are looking at these relationship goals when you don't know what's behind those relationship doors.
That's true.
So it's everything is different. But for my situation, with me, my working, I build my own schedule. So it's like, if you want to work, I'm probably gonna have the food ready or whatever case may be, because I want you to sit in your feminine energy as much as possible. Because that's a lot of people. That's a lot of women's. Yeah. That's a lot of women issue they have now. They don't now. They're not allowed, or they don't have the space to sit in their feminine energy, because they have to be so masculine. They have to go to work. They have to make sure the house is straight. They have to make sure the bills is paid. They have to make sure the kids is doing all this shit.
Yeah.
So you got all this. So you got all this on your back. So now when I come try to rub your shoulder, you bitch, get off me. I gotta you feel like it's more weight. But if I allow you to, if you work, because it's like I'm a worker, but I can't work a job like that. So if I know I have all this time and I have time to prep, and I know you might have had a stressful day, I'm gonna make sure you come in, because half the time with women, y'all make it clear what y'all want. Men just don't pay attention.
I agree.
I think I was watching a Deion Sanders interview. If you ask your man how's your day, what you expect him to say back?
It was good. I expect him to say it was good.
What else? So imagine if he didn't ask you how was your day too, how would you feel?
Oh, I mean, yeah, then I feel like you don't care.
Right. So you asked him how was his day, and you want the same in return.
Yeah, that's true.
Like, babe, how was your day? Man, babe, I had a client. She had a rusty ass toe. It irritated me.
Some about a rusty toe. Out of all things.
I love my clients, but sometimes y'all know y'all be coming in improper.
A little ashy.
But it's like, but if I just say that and then I go about my business, or I just say it was fine, you left empty a little bit. Like, damn, nigga, you ain't gonna ask how mine was. So it's like, even if a woman wants to come touch you, she wants that same in return. Yeah. It's like, if you want to come touch a man, he always don't like embrace you back or at least lean into it or something. You like, nigga, fucking touch you.
Like, what's wrong with you?
So you want that same energy, but that's why a lot of guys miss out, because it's like they only looking at women when it's time to fuck. When it's like, you gotta keep that pussy wet all day long.
That's true. And
motherfucker be trippy.
So, I don't know. I just feel like our generation is really fucked up. Like, I really do. Like, I feel like we're really lost. I feel like the men are really lost. And, like, the women are too. You know, we don't know what we want, nowadays. I don't know. It's a lot to it. I got so much to say when it comes to that. You know what I mean? Like, and I feel like a lot of people just ain't really ready to hear it.
I mean, I'm, like, low-key, I hear you when I say that. That's why I'm like, a lot of times, I know my audience. It's like, I know I can post a great picture of a guy and I know his quality is dope, but I already know it ain't gonna get that much engagement unless it's somebody famous like a Raz B or somebody. And Raz B is famous. We're gonna leave it at that. But it's like he's known. But it's like with my regular homies who I shoot, I put the same light and effort. It's only gonna get 50 likes. But if I post a naked picture or woo, that's gonna go crazy. But I also know if I post some messy shit, if I make one of those tweet, man, bitches and lace fronts, woo, that's gonna go crazy.
I mean, that's because people like drama.
But that's what I'm saying. It's I said to say, but I know if I still put the positivity out because it's gonna get to who it needs to get to. Yeah, it's just like the overall saying, what's for you is won't miss you. So it's like, I'm gonna put this message out. Whoever it's for, it's gonna get to them. Yeah, it's like, but our generation fucked up because we are so compelled and caught up in likes and attention and who doing this, who fucking who, what relationship is this, or like it.
I feel like because people don't be having no business. They don't have no business, if that makes sense. Like, I feel like a lot of us nowadays feel so entitled, if that makes sense. To the point where a lot of people ain't really working for real, if that makes sense. Like, we have business, you know what I mean? So it's real difficult to keep up. Right, they ain't got shit to do. It's difficult to keep up with shit like that. Like, I can't tell you certain shit about certain famous people or celebrities. Like, I don't pay attention to that shit because I'm too busy taking care of my business. Like, you know what I mean? So I feel like a lot of us, we worrying about the wrong shit. We worry about the wrong shit.
But that's the thing. It's like that's why the generation is what it is, because it's like sometimes you seeing and you knowing too much. It's like nobody should know about fucking Will Smith and Jada Pinkett's entanglement. It's like that goes on. Whatever goes on in your marital bedroom goes on in your shit.
Yeah.
And we shouldn't care that much.
And whole time though, they actually put that shit out.
Yeah.
Which I didn't understand that. I understand she had the whole red table talk thing, but that wasn't something that needed to even be exposed in a sense. Like they could have left that.
And not with their shit.
Right.
But that's what, like, a lot of this shit, that was a planned move.
For what though? Because it just got them literally negative attention. Now Jada Pinkett is looked at like she's a hoe and all this other stuff. Will Smith, they got him out there looking like a bitch. Like, so really, what move did they make?
Honestly, I love Jada Pinkett. I used to love Jada Pinkett. I still love her. But she was a menace, and we need to get her off these streets.
Oh, here y'all go.
Because it's like...
But y'all don't say that about Future.
It's like...
But that's what I'm saying. Y'all don't say that about Future, so it's a double standard.
First off, this is fucking America. It was built on double standards. But second, I feel like Future get his proper executions or like... lashes, he gets his proper lashes. Because it's from like, it's from women, from a lot of men, they are.
I don't agree. I feel like he gets praised a lot for the actions that he takes. Like this man got like 30 damn kids by 30 different women. Oh, speaking of which,
they all
like even Nick Cannon, all them kids that he having with all them women, nobody's looking down on him. He turned it into this is a great thing. I'm just doing this to, blah, blah, blah. But if a woman does it, it's a problem.
I can't think of her name. She got like 11 kids. Ain't she?
I know. Kiki Watt.
It's like, we praise her too.
No, they don't. They talk shit about her all the time.
And they talk shit about Nick too.
I don't feel like it's the same. I don't feel like it's the same. It's different. It's a different type of talking about.
And that's why like I'm on your side. I'm a woman's. I advocate for women. I all that shit. But it's like my personal thing. I'm gonna put it like this. Everybody's a simple man and woman, but it's like a woman is the prize.
I agree.
Y'all are the holy grail, even in the Bible.
Yes, we are.
If you look at the shout out to women. All women, but black women. I love black women. And that's not to say any other type of woman is less than or bad. But I love, and I'm going to always uplift my black women.
We the shit.
Yeah, y'all the shit, but some of y'all ain't shit either too, though. So I ain't
Oh my God. Even the ones that ain't shit is the shit.
Yeah, they be having But no, it's the thing about it. It's the that's what I was gonna say. Women are the prize because even it's like everything about the act of sex. Mm-hmm. It's way deeper for y'all. Cause it is. Y'all literally are letting somebody inside your body.
Mm-hmm. Dropping off DNA and everything.
Dropping off DNA, leaving behind shit, all types of shit. This nigga.
All type of past traumas and shit. Now you trying to figure out why you depressed.
So it's deeper, and it's
it is.
And like I say, a man should cherish his body as well. But this motherfucker just hanging. He outside. I put him in my hand. Yeah. Niggas be putting their dick in socks. They got all these
socks. No, we gonna have to elaborate on that one. What the fuck? What y'all put your dicks in socks for?
I ain't say all.
You put your dick in a sock, Kevin.
Sometimes. It's like, what the? Well, not as I got older, but it's like, man, look, as a
kid, you put your dick in socks.
Especially as a little boy.
Was it your socks?
Yes, it was my socks sometimes. Sometimes.
Did you throw it away?
No.
Oh my God! So you was wearing these socks, or were they specific socks?
Sometimes I wore them.
You know what? Just remind me not to take your shoes. Like, I'm not.
No, that's young. That's young, Gavin. If I rub one out now, it's usually I hop in the shower after. So
it's just going anyway.
Huh?
I said it's just going anyway.
Look, I ain't finna talk about my best. This shit just if I got. Cause sometimes it's like, and that's the thing. It's like, even speaking on sex. I've been trying to, lately, the past year or so, I've been trying to put my niggas on semen retention.
I heard about that.
Because it's like...
Elaborate on what semen retention is for those who don't know, because I don't know.
Semen retention is like when you literally retain your semen, you don't masturbate, you don't pretty much, exactly what it says, that you retain your semen. Mm-hmm. And it does provide you with a better focus. And it's like, even with...
Does it heighten your orgasms?
Yes, it's like when you ain't bust one in a minute. Is this recording? Mm-hmm. We're gonna cut that. When you ain't bust one in a minute, it's like, and you get that first one, it's, oh my God, it's like a million little fingers scratching the inside of your dick. Just
ew, that was like the most disgusting way to fucking describe it.
It's just
oh my God.
But, and then plus it's like, if you really, this could be, this could be manipulative, toxic, however, or whatever, but if you fucking your lady, mm-hmm. sometimes make sure she comes, but you don't come. You hold on to it, because that's our semen, especially when we fucking, is our life force.
I don't know how I feel about that though. I'll be like, damn, you ain't like it.
But you gonna try harder.
That's true.
Because females take rejection horribly.
We do.
Now you feel rejection.
Especially
now
from our men.
Right now you gonna go crazy. But it's
That's
like
true.
that takes practice, additional level of concentration to make your bitch come. Because the only way this gonna work is if your lady orgasms or
But
connects.
most men don't even know how to make a woman come. It's a lot of women that ain't had orgasms for real. Like
How often do you orgasm?
Every blue moon. Like, I mean, unless it's off a head. Like, I mean, ladies, like when that's one thing, but fucking wise, it's like, it's harder. I don't know. Like us, we gotta be into it. Like we really see, y'all can just stick your dicks in socks and come. But for us,
nice callback.
But for us, it takes, like, you gotta be in the right mind frame. You know what I'm saying? If you had a bad day, like, your man gotta get you there. Right. It's like a certain level of like foreplay.
The thing about foreplay, which
it's that intimacy.
Surprisingly, a lot of niggas don't realize foreplay doesn't start in the bed.
No, and it doesn't.
Foreplay is all fucking day long. It's foreplay.
Mm-hmm.
Women, y'all get turned on by men who doing shit. Y'all get turned on by men who are in powerful positions.
No, and it's sexy as hell. No, it's not even just that, because he don't even have to be in a powerful position. It's like a man that just simply do shit. Like, okay, you come in and you had a bad day. Okay, babe, how was your day? And I'm telling you it was bad. I asked you how your day was, whatever. Like, okay, him giving us a simple massage. Or instead of me putting up the groceries that I just brought in from having a long ass day, he does it. It's just like that thoughtfulness is a form of foreplay to me. You know what I'm saying? Like, I think that is really what gets us, because we like, okay, we feel protected. We feel like we're taken care of. That's literally when you get a submissive woman. Yeah. You know what I mean? But people don't even realize that shit. Like, it's those simple things. It has nothing to do with, like you said, the bedroom shit. That comes with it.
Pretty much, as you were saying, you still you're proving all my points without realizing you're proving my points. I'm gonna say it because it's like I said earlier, what you pretty much describe is a man letting a woman sit in her feminine energy.
I agree.
Because it's like I said, if you gotta work, if that's what your situation is, you gotta work. Yeah. It's like, you shouldn't make your woman come home and still do everything. Especially if both of y'all working. Both of y'all just went and did 8-hour shift, whatever shift y'all did. Somebody needs to help each other. Yeah. It's like, if we talking, it's like, because usually, be truthful, we have so much communication. I know whether your day is going bad before you make it home. Mm-hmm. So if you talking to me, we talking, and it's like, because y'all like the simple shit. Y'all like, if we stay in separate houses, you want good morning. Mm-hmm. Like, let you know, oh, he cares when I wake up. Because you don't take the good morning, you'll irritate, what the fuck this nigga doing? Yeah. It's 1 o'clock, he ain't take. I know you up, bitch. Mm-hmm. You ain't text me. Mm-hmm. Then it's like that shit. Then it's the middle of the day. How your day going, babe? When you guys like, because I don't have time to sit here and text you all day, but I'm gonna check on your day as I should as your man. So by then I know whether damn, she having a rough day. So let me prep on how to help ease that when she gets home.
Right.
And vice versa, as your man, if you text him, we text him like, yo, horrible day, babe. You should be same way. Damn, he had a horrible day. How can I help? Especially if you had a decent day, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
If both of y'all had horrible days, to go home, smoke a blunt, have some sex, make sure the kids straight, eat some food. Don't pile on to my day.
Right.
It's like, but it's in that feminine energy. Then it's like, as I said before, it kind of goes back to with the double standard. It's like, because y'all are more valuable, y'all bodies give life. Mm-hmm. Y'all are the closest thing to God on this earth, because it's like, a woman's body's literally producing life. So it's like, it should be cherished and treated on a different platform.
It should, yeah.
It's like, y'all can have one baby in every 9 months.
Yeah, we can.
A man can have 10 babies in that same 9 month period.
Yeah.
So it's like, y'all bodies are more valuable.
Mm. I agree with you.
So that's
why I feel like God is a woman, but that's a whole other thing.
I mean, you ever seen Love Jones?
Yeah.
You seen why he said God was a woman?
I can't remember.
It's like it's God is a woman because it's when a man gets a erection, the blood comes from his head and his feet. So I mean, I can't think straight or rhyme. It gotta be a woman got to think some fucked up shit like that.
I gotta watch that shit again. I didn't catch that.
Like,
wow.
It's some real shit. It's like, that's one of my favorite movies.
It's a good movie.
It's a great movie.
Yeah.
And Chicago, Chi-Town, Lawrence Tate. That nigga's aging backwards.
For real though, like for real. I need to get some more money because I don't know. They got something different. They got something I don't know. None of them age like that.
Cause I mean, what's the biggest thing you stress about?
Money.
So if you already got money, stress ages you.
I agree.
So it's like a lot of problems can be solved with money. A lot of them can't, but
most of them can be solved. Trust me.
Yeah. So that's what I say. It's like, so if your money's your biggest stress thing, mm-hmm. and you get rich when you're in your 20s, so you ain't really got stress about money.
That's true.
It's like you age slow. Like Method Man, this nigga's 50, look like he in his 30s.
But he finally is starting to look a little older, and I don't know. He finally is.
But it's that look good older. Pause. No homo. It's like, all respect to the LGBT alphabet community. I have no beef. I'm a nigga. I was born in the 80s.
Cause you know they get on your ass.
I don't like. Nope. I don't play that game. Stay off my ass.
No pun intended. Man.
I'm gonna let that shit ride because it's my thing. With that, the LGBTQIA movement. That's a hell of a movement.
No, one hell of a movement.
One
hell, and they stay on people's ass.
And it's
I feel like if we did that with every issue,
we'll
probably be a lot further.
My thing about that, sometimes it's you want equality, but I can't talk about you. That's not equal. That's not equality.
That's true, because they sure be talking shit.
Like,
they be talking big shit.
Big shit.
Big shit. But then they defend. The thing I do like about that community is that they stand with each other no matter what. You know what I'm saying? They don't give a damn. Now, they might have inside issues and stuff like that, of course, like any group, but at the end of the day, they stick by their own people. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I feel like we need to do the same thing just in the black community as a whole.
Yeah, and mainly in the black community, because it's like, black people are the only people that tear their own people down publicly.
No, for real.
It's like,
for real.
You see when white celebrities fuck up, you don't see other white celebrities very much so saying anything.
Right.
But it's like when a black celebrity fuck up, everybody got an opinion, everybody got a dissertation, everybody. Then it's like, even with the Will Smith shit, it's like,
Don't started on that.
The thing that irritated, I ain't gonna lie, the most irritating moment is like, it happened the next day. I went over to take my mom somewhere. I took her to the knee doctor, whatever knee injection place. But so I showed her, because my mom's not on social media.
Yeah.
Then we turn on the news, and it's like I'm seeing panels of white people discussing the issues of two black men. And I'm just like, this don't sit right with me. And it's like, then it's Jim Carrey commented. Yeah. When Jim Carrey commented, I'm like, Jim, hey, we love you.
Yeah. This ain't
for you.
Yeah.
That's just, I ain't gonna lie, I'm a lightweight comedian, so I saw all the comedy and everything. They went and interview Will Smith's mama, G.
She actually took that interview?
His mama and his sister. That's what I'm like, I don't know, part of it I also feel like I'm a conspiracy theory, everything is a setup. Because it's like, mind you, I read Will Smith's book. It's a fucking amazing book. Y'all should read it. Very great book.
What's it called?
Will Smith.
It's called Will Smith?
I think so. It's...
I'm gonna just look it up.
5 minutes. Okay. But, very good book, but it also explains his issues with why he lets Jada treat him like he treats him. And that goes back to, like, childhood traumas. Like, his dad beat his mom really bad, and it was like bloody and shit, and he's always felt bad because he couldn't protect her. So it's like he set his life on protecting the woman and blase blase. Then it's like even how he ended up with Jada, she never really he pretty much, and he says in his book, he called her like, hey, you dating anybody? She like, no. Well, you dating me now. And mind you, at the time, Jada had moved back to Baltimore, and she had bought a farm that she was going to live on because she was tired of the Hollywood shit. So she had quit this shit. Then it's like the fucking Fresh Prince call you and say, hey, I got you. That sounds like an opportunity to me.
Yeah, but you know what?
Then if you think about Jada and Will in the 90s, they so totally opposite.
Yeah, they are. And that's why I feel like, I feel really bad for Will. I really do. Like, I really hope that he does seek some type of help. I mean, just point blank, period. Because there's no rhyme or reason why you should allow anybody to hurt you that way, to embarrass you that way, to just treat you the way that Jada does. She doesn't even really respect him as a person. I didn't see her drag August Alsina after he said what he said. You see what I'm saying? But yet and still she drags Will. Like, I saw a recording, she was like in his face with a camera, and he's like, why do you have a camera in my face? And then she ended up just saying, like, basically calling him crazy on camera and posted it. And my thing is I feel like Will needs to learn how to love himself. All of our black men do. I feel like we need to find I feel like they need to really find themselves,
I'm telling you way back. For one, I don't feel bad for Will Smith. That nigga's rich, he'll be fine. He, like, whatever issues he's dealing with, he got the money to pay for a therapist. He has money for a vacation. He has money, like, we haven't heard from Will Smith since the Oscar shit. He has money to not work. Yeah. I gotta go to work every day. Yeah. I'm not there yet. One day I'm gonna get there, but right now I don't feel bad for nobody who ain't gotta work. But
we just said that money doesn't solve everything.
I know, but I'm gonna touch on what you said. Yeah. But he's, and I don't necessarily feel bad. I feel bad for him as a black man, but it's like he ain't going through. For me, it reminds me that I'm gonna be okay, because it's like, as a black man, he's going through the same shit all of us go through. Yeah. Not having safe spaces to really heal. Yeah. And be ourselves. Always have to have this masculine, this muchacho, this bravado, even though you need your bravado sometimes, but it's like, it gets draining always having to make sure motherfucker don't try you. It's like,
but that's why you gotta make sure you have the right partner. Because the right partner will make a man feel safe. Will make a man, because just like we want to feel safe, I know you guys want to feel safe, but on a different, like, just on a different scale. Like, you guys want to feel mentally safe to where you guys can actually express yourselves. Like, if I'm in a relationship, I want my man to talk to me. I want him to express to me how his day went, how he's feeling. If he's feeling depressed, you're supposed to cater to him. You're supposed to make him feel, home is the world, if that makes sense.
Yeah, that his life is home. Yeah, I feel you. Yeah. And it's like, that's like I said, but a lot of women, a lot of men, we grew up, man, toughen up. Boys don't cry, woo, woo, woo. All this shit. So now, when you say feel safe, if I need to be able to come home to you and, yo, if I need to cry or whatever the case may be, I need to be able to do that without you saying like, man, this nigga calling your girlfriend, Kevin just cried, cause whoa.
Yeah.
But it's like now.
But those women are Jadas. Like those women are weak.
And that's why we need to get the menaces off the streets.
Those type of women are weak. I would never do something like that to my man. I mean, if he's crying to me, he feels safe enough to be that vulnerable. And I feel like women who call men, bitches or whatever, call their girls and clown them for that.
To semi advocate for Jada as far as like that, if I can, because I usually don't discuss the problems with rich people. Cause it's like, motherfucker,
they got a different set of problems.
Like even though everybody, I feel bad for Chris.
Like he slapped somebody at the Oscars.
This nigga gets slapped in a liquor store every day.
Man.
It's a nigga in the hood gets slapped every day for way less.
Way less.
In a way less functional environment.
Yeah.
But you also gotta consider shit. Jada grew up without her father, and it's like so her viewpoints on men are different. She needed a man like Pac, who she felt safe around.
But did she? I mean, that means that she needs to heal herself as well. They both need some healing. Mm-hmm. They both fucked up in different aspects. So for them to be the age that they are and to have the money that they do have, I mean, you would think, like you just said, they would pay for a therapist or something like that.
I don't want to
that's toxic. They are real toxic.
I don't necessarily want to make this case study about Will and Jada as much as about the black man and black woman. Because honestly, we really don't know what they're doing.
Yeah. Because
they are two people that have lived their entire lives in Hollywood. And a lot of this shit is actually put out and prepped. So, from my experience, in my own personal experience, when you're going through it, I'm not going to negate anybody's feelings in this statement, but if you're depressed and you're going through it and you have the time to cry and go on live and make a video and post it and think of a caption to post it, you're not going through it. Cause it's like when I'm in, a lot of people I know go through it. It's like I don't feel like talking to nobody.
Cause those videos be so weird to me. They be so weird. Like you actually have to literally go.
Right.
So like it's weird. Like that shit is weird. But you're right. I don't feel like it's real if they get on live and post that. Yeah.
It's like by the time they like I said with the whole Will Jada in Hollywood. So it's like they feeding us what they want us to have.
Yeah.
Even I feel like maybe some of that I halfway want to feel like the Oscars playing, but then it's like I don't think Will would shit on the night like that. So we saw live a black man breaking. And it's like as a black man, it's like I hate that he did that because it's like I hate that it had to come to that for him because what we as a community and him personally lost in that moment. We as a community, we lost the opportunity to say, man, the black people produced Oscars and all this, and we did it with black excellence. It's like no one's talking about Samuel Jackson's Oscar win. No one's talking about Black Thought from the Roots. But that's who is presented. No one is even talking about that, and these are people who are masters of their craft and work their entire lives to get these accolades, and no one's talking about it. This is the first time they let a black person produce the Oscars. The only way they talk.
I didn't even know that.
Right.
Most people probably didn't.
But now you know it. It's like, see, that's what happened. We let a black person do it last year, and Will Smith, the friendliest nigga of all, smacked the next friendliest nigga of them all on national TV because it's like Chris Rock don't bother nobody. I mean, I feel like he has an element of coon to him.
Not a little element. He has a lot of element. Like I saw a lot of clips of him sitting up there with, the others, sitting up there letting them call him niggers, and he literally sat there and just laughed with them. Like he.
See, I ain't see those clips, but I'm also.
So I'm not a fan. So I think me personally, I feel like he deserved that slap. I definitely do. Like whether you like it or not. If you've seen the clips that I have of Chris Rock, like, I feel like he deserved that shit. And for other reasons, not because he called James Bond.
But then it's like, it really helps him more than anything because it's like, Now it's like as you said, the opinions of her, I agree with them, but the others now that they're more of a friend to Chris. Oh,
of course.
Chris, we feel so bad for you.
Of course.
Oh my gosh. And Chris just like, man, I'm sue their ass. But we as a black community do need more healing.
I do.
But to kind of bring it back to just on the wrap up, I know you have a waist trainer. You got athletic.
Athletic gear, athletic apparel, JB Core Fitness.
So what made you start that? Well, out of all the things you could do and have done, what made you pick that?
Well, me and my business partner, the Jazz Carter on Instagram, me and her, we always saw each other in the gym. It started with that. And then we both became moms in the same year. And then we were just trying to get our groove back. Essentially, we were trying to get our bodies back, and we realized how hard it was.
Real quick side note.
Yeah.
Women, y'all are supportive as hell. You ever noticed feel like friends always be getting pregnant around the same time?
No, and that shit was crazy because I remember giving birth to my son, and then she came up to the hospital to see me, and she was like, guess what, I'm pregnant. And I'm like, what the and I was it was crazy. So yeah, it was weird, but it was crazy.
Y'all are built to even if two women are around each other, y'all cycles start to sync.
It does.
That's some weird.
That's real. That's fucking crazy.
Shit. Y'all support each other to the fullest extent.
Literally.
Nigga, if I'm sitting here crying, my homie crying, of course I'm at the point where I'm a supporter. What's the issue?
Yeah.
But it's I ain't finna start crying.
Yeah, we'll start crying. I start crying.
It's nigga, what the fuck we both sitting here crying for? Is one of us gotta be able to talk and get the other one out of that vibe.
Yeah, that's true.
But
yeah,
back to that's how y'all started.
That's how we started, and we wanted, because we both have a certain style, we both have a certain vibe, right? So we wanted to make it a luxury brand on top of being sexy, on top of working out, of course, overall. So that's what really started it. I mean, we wanted to get our bodies back. We tried it all. Literally, we tried it all, but there's literally no substitute to working out. Yeah, it was but it was really cool. It was a hard process.
So
it was a real hard process.
What was the hardest part of the process, you think?
I would say getting started. We talked about it for an entire year before we actually got started. And then once we did, I would say the second hardest part would be the marketing aspect. I think that probably maybe all the other business owners out there can kind of attest to that. It's getting your brand out, actually just that marketing part, That
is
that's
awareness.
Awareness.
That's one of the biggest things. But to touch on what you said, to a lot of people, the hardest part is starting. Once you start and once you own that joint, it's like a fucking roller coaster.
And it goes past LLC. The LLC is so easy to create.
Or S corp.
You just go online. You pay $150.
$275 because now they have.
That's expedited.
Yeah, but they have the mandatory now.
I didn't know that, but yeah, that's nothing. And I think a lot of people that talk about starting businesses, they don't go beyond that part. They literally tell you, "Oh, go make an LLC, get your EIN, do this," but they don't tell you. They don't tell you the hard work behind it, which is mainly the advertising aspect. You spend more money in advertising, I feel. You should spend more money on advertising than it is to get started.
I mean, marketing and advertising kind of go hand in hand, but building brand awareness. Because that's why even with me, now I have brand awareness. And it's because people know who I am and what I do.
That's because you a beast. You a dog. You've been that. You've been that for some time too.
What can I say, man? I've been trending for years. Y'all been here a couple of days, but
he's the greatest. Not debate. That's not debatable.
That's not for me to say, but if y'all agree, like the shit. But but that's the thing. It's people see that now, but they don't see the whole reason why I started photography is because I was in a fucked up legal situation. And I couldn't use my degree. It's like
recovering hood baby, right?
Recovering hood baby. I'm in recovery. I still like occasional hood shit.
He does.
But on the other days I'm bougie. It's like y'all doing what? No, y'all can keep that
jigaboos.
Y'all finna hang with you jigaboos. I'm beyond that. But it's just growth. But cause it's like I don't want to do the same thing I was doing at 21.
Right.
2021, I was cool with being in the basement with my niggas and a bunch of niggas, even though we was making music and kicking it. But it's like I was cool with just being around niggas. Yeah. It's like, but even then, I ain't gonna cap. I've never been cool with just being around niggas not doing nothing. It just made me think about it. It's like even I was in my mom's basement before I was a photographer, we was doing music, and I was trying to figure out how to get shit off, and I got discouraged from music because it's like people didn't have the same drive, and that's one thing you have to surround yourself, even with you and your business partner, Jazz. Shout out to my homie, the Jazz Carter. Mm-hmm. Y'all have each other, so you have to surround yourself around people. Yeah. My issue was it's like I didn't find my tribe. Mm-hmm. It's like the people. Yeah. I had a couple of artists and that was dope, but it's like having to push somebody. Yeah. I shouldn't have to push you. Yeah. It's like if we grown and we both say this is what we want. And that's anything in life, period. Even in a relationship. Yeah. It's like both should be pushing towards something. You should.
So you have to find your person. I mean, your person doesn't. It's not just limited to a relationship. It's so broad. You know what I mean?
Yeah. It's like one of my biggest homies. One of my right hand man, my brother Mike. Dope training, dope fitness, anything dope. It's like that's my dog. It's like that's what the one nigga that I talk to damn near every day. Mm-hmm. Just it's like, yo, you good? Yeah, I'm good. So at least. But a lot of people don't have that. But back to the business aspect, it's like start doing something. It's like even with me, people they don't see when I started shooting in my mom's basement on cloth backgrounds, having my first camera is $150 the Rebel Ti, the first one. Now I think they on number 7. Damn. And at the time they're still on number 4 or 5.
You telling your age, boy.
Look, I made it to 33. I'm proud.
Oh, that's just us. Cause I've been 22 for the last.
See, cause the thing about it, I ain't gonna lie.
8 years.
I was fucking with this little 22, 23-year-old, and we was having a conversation. It was me, her. She had a friend. And I had one of my homies who's a couple years older than me, and we talking to her, and she was like, "Oh, that's why I like dating older men." And now, cause we have our shit together, we ain't finna play no games with you a lot of times. So it's like
I have my opinion on that.
When she said older man, it was the first time I'm like, damn, I guess I am an older man to her. Because I do have my shit together. It's like I have my own shit, I pay my own bills. Yeah. And it's like I ain't for the bullshit. But it's like men we low key get we sometimes get better. Y'all get better with age too. Cause I'm not gonna that narrative, rest in peace, my homie Kevin Samuels. He was like, you're a leftover woman. I can't fully agree with that. Yeah. It's like that's a bad way to say it. Yeah. But some of the shit buddy was saying, my nigga was saying was accurate though. It's like when it's speaking on first, in that man's defense, everybody talked about him, but these women was calling in for his opinions. So I'm like, you can't get I can't argue with that. You can't get in the lions, then get mad when the lion bite your head off. Oh my gosh, you got in the fucking. You know what it was
for me? I just didn't like how the black women, like how we were basically being put on, like, I don't know, right in the fire, like. I didn't like his delivery. I mean, he could have said things a lot better than what he said. Yeah. Because it made us all seem that way. Like, I'm 30. I'm not married. I have a son. That doesn't make me less of a woman, if that makes sense. Like,
and a lot of it, it's not necessarily saying you're less of a woman, but sometimes he is saying if you pass a certain point, you got 3-4 kids, but you want a man with all this shit and then no kids, you got to adjust a little bit, baby.
But we don't say that about men. Like, we don't say that about them. Like, they can be overly successful and all this other stuff, and they have Future, for example. I mean, but yet and still, does he?
Everyone his baby mama signed up for that shit. So it's like
I was trying to look for an argument.
Like you know, you rarely. My thing is if you even with that kind of shit, I may not personally agree with it, but it's like if all those mothers agree and you know he already got 5, 6, however many man got. If you already know he got 6 and you okay with being a 7, who the fuck else business is it? And if you can take care of those kids, it's like. And then it's like I said, we all have this, and to go back to what we were talking about earlier, it's like we have these societal constructs that are based on us about what's a broken home. Answer this. Would you rather have your kid with his mama and dad, but they hate each other miserably, always arguing? It's like you feel the tension in the house and you don't feel this love. Would you rather have that or a separate household where this kid feels loved in both households, and his mom and dad come together, and the kid knows that his mom and dad love them, and they're always gonna be on the same team? Which one is the broken household or broken home? And that's something I have to deal with because it's like I repeated the cycle of not creating a household where I wasn't in it with my daughter every day, and it's like I felt like a failure for a minute, and felt and had battles with myself like, damn, I failed my daughter. Because I didn't give her what I didn't have, which was a 2-parent household. But it's like, it took me therapy and actually working through my shit to realize, no, as long as I make sure, like, if you talk to my daughter and talk to my daughter about my feelings towards her mother, she's going to tell you, my daddy loves my mom. Yeah. Mommy and daddy are friends. They're on the same team.
But I just feel like when you start having kids with people, like there has to be a certain level of responsibility. I personally feel like, okay, if you have a baby with a person, I know some people probably aren't going to agree with me on this one, but I feel like back in the day, when grandpa didn't want to be with grandma, you know what I mean? He still tried to make that shit work. I mean, even though, like, they may have had they whatever's on the side, probably, they didn't let their woman at home know that. And the kids didn't know that grandpa didn't want to be with grandma. Like, you know what I mean? I just feel like when you start making babies with people, I feel like at that point, goes before that. When you start having sex with people, you have to assume the possibility that you guys are going to have a child together.
Yeah, it's off again. There's always a possibility. Anytime you lay down with somebody, you're going to have kids with them, but you make a valid point because it's like, but it gotta be at a point where you're at least willing to come together as a unit. Yeah. That's why I said it's like, if mommy and daddy is miserable and they can't get it together and can't at least fake it, then it's like it's different. And even if men are different. We hold in a lot of anger, and a lot of people grow up with mean daddies because it's like you got to go into the world and face, especially as a black man, you got to face all these pressures against us because it's like they clearly show us on the consistent basis. They clearly show us on a consistent basis that the world doesn't love black men. They kill us, they tear us down, they do all this shit, blase. And then sometimes we come home, we don't get the love and appreciation. Then we go on social media, and then it's saying if you ain't making this, if you ain't doing this, you ain't shit. If you can't afford to have a bag, so it's like it's a lot. That's
a lot to it. Yeah,
and it's that's why sometimes when I make this point, and I say protect black men and celebrate black men. The part that I don't want to say hate because that's a strong word, so I try not to have that in my vocabulary, but I strongly dislike a lot of times my sisters and my black women take it as protect black women too. Yes, baby, I'm agreeing with that. And I'm totally for that, but in this moment, can I take a moment to remind y'all to celebrate our black men too? And it's like, because if you know me, you know I always celebrate black women. Even the content I shoot, it's mixed. I shoot white, Mexican, Asian, whatever, because I feel like all women are beautiful. But I'm always gonna celebrate my own, and it's like, even like I say, even my rhetoric when I might say, yeah, some black women ain't shit. Yeah. But it's like it's a lot that is. But just like it's some white women ain't shit, it's some Asian women ain't shit. But it's like I try not to highlight those things. Yeah. But even like I say, we as black men we go through a lot that we don't talk about.
I agree. I have 6 brothers, so I'm already knowing.
Man, I have 1. And that nigga he's going through some shit. And it's like, and it's when I try to help him, but it's like, you gotta get to a certain point where you have to help yourself. So it's like, but I can see what he's going through as a black man because it's rough. Yeah. And it's like, that's why I say, but we gotta protect each other.
We do. I think at the end of the day, that's the point.
When we wrap it up, we gotta protect each other. So with that being said, where can they find you?
I am on IG. It's at I am Honey Colombo LLC, and Facebook. It's just Honey Colombo, and it's COLOMBO. Yeah. That's
like when Fabulous spelled his name FABOLOUS. But all right, it's been an episode of Conversation with High with the beautiful Honey Colombo. Yes. Subscribe, tune in, holla at me. I'm here for you. Deuces.